2, 1, and it looks like we're live. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Female Entrepreneur Interview Series. I'm really excited to be here with you today. I'm Whitney Hammond from Wallet to Wealth, and Wallet to Wealth is a brand created to mentor, educate, and inspire women to lead empowering lives. What we want to do is we want to help women win. So Wallet to Wealth will run this year for the November event. So we do have some updates, but it will be running as a virtual event this year instead of a get together, because we won't be able to put 200 people in a room, but that's okay. It's all for the cause. And the cause is we're raising money for Halton Women's Place. And we have super women. We'll have 8 female entrepreneurs superwomen who will stand up and share their story about how they found advantage in their adversity. Last year, we had 7 events, and we had the 6 events leading up to the big dinner event. And so we started out in the very beginning with 20 people showing up to 200 people showing up. So we're really excited about that. And we'll continue to do that on a live format. So last year, we raised $15,000 in one night for Halton Women's Place. And this year, the plan is to raise $30,000. And I really do think that we can do that because the virtual platform allows us to reach out to all sorts of places. So we found some advantage in our adversity. So today I am thrilled to introduce a woman who her driving mission is to serve others as they reclaim their own voice and go from cocoon to butterfly. Kate Unger is an inside-out image consultant, a health and lifestyle coach, healer, and vocalist. And I'm very happy to have you here today. So Kate, say hello.
Hi, I'm very excited to be here. Thank you so much, Whitney.
You're welcome. And just checking that we've got our social media running here.
I didn't find I didn't find anything to click on to put it on my page.
Okay, so. Well, it just won't show up. It just won't show up on your page, but it is running, and we do have viewers, and I can see the viewers. So thank you, viewers, for joining us. So, Kate, we've been talking about the messages that we receive when we're younger, when we're older, the generational trauma, the societal trauma. Is there anything that you want to share about anything that you've learned in your life that has, flowed into what your business is today?
There definitely are a lot of things, but on a high level, so many people, women have experienced trauma and abuse. And in that, we make life-altering decisions that then impact every decision that we make. And through the journey of healing, I've discovered so many decisions that I've made that have shaped my past. And it's been like a domino effect of seeing when there's those big aha moments. And through the process of getting stage fright and losing my voice, the journey getting it back was a huge journey of self-discovery and awareness and recognizing that I didn't have self-love and that I carried this self-loathing perspective, and that it showed up either as victim or as rebel. And I didn't recognize that either, of course. And so through the journey and the exploration of finding, because I was so driven to fix what was wrong, which I now understand that there is nothing broken about any of us. But at that time, and I think that this is a very, very common thing that we as women see, is we need to be fixed. And so we're not broken. We have experiences that we've gone through, unfortunately, as victims. And our blessing is that we don't have to stay there, and we can become victors in our lives. And so breakthrough after breakthrough, thinking that I had arrived, recognizing that the journey never ends.
Yeah.
And it's this constant thing. And so when I say helping people own their voice, it's not only that emotional impact. What it is it's that piece that very often gets left behind. For me, then it would be my creativity. So what is that creativity that lies in you that you keep saying later? And it really virtually is, though we don't realize, it's that extremely important missing piece that gets pushed to the side because I have to do my business,
Yeah,
as opposed to realizing that we can bring it to everything that we do.
absolutely. And you've talked about how you were serving other people before you were serving yourself, and you spent many years healing and helping, and
Mm-hmm.
it's that compassion, it's that place that you come from that makes you so good at what you do. But and I think we all fall prey to this, is that we're helping others before we're helping ourselves. So did you want to share just a little bit about that?
Sure. Um, it's so much easier to see where someone else is at than it is to see where we are. And the recognition of the lack of self-love actually came later, in the healing journey. And the I received a lot of internal validation from having the ability to help others and being able to see them. And if I didn't get through my day and feel like I'd made a difference in someone's lives, I didn't feel like I actually worked. So then I
Yeah.
labeled myself deserving on my external judgment of whether I was able to actually really help someone.
Yeah. I just wanted to identify with one thing before I go to the next question, is that that feeling of because I had the same thing, is that I didn't feel worthy unless I had that
Yeah.
win for the day, that deal. And for you, it was that fix, that how you helped, and how you took a person from here to here, and you got that win. And so I identify with that so much, and I think many of the people watching, we have that same thing. Is that we feel that we're so wrapped up in what we're doing that our self-worth is all about serving and helping another person. And it makes it you're a wonderful person to come and see, for sure. So these are good things. So that leads us into the next question: is the adversity that you experienced in that, how has that become, a terrific advantage in living your life now authentically, and how you're putting that into your business today?
Okay, so I always held, that the voice for me, which was actually, it was losing my voice on stage, while I was in the middle of a recital, and then not being able to express myself in that way unless I'd had too many cocktails, or I was singing under the stars and there might have been maybe one other person there, or around a campfire. And when I was introduced to jazz, there was something that struck a chord in me, and the beauty, the pain, the suffering, I don't know, there was something that just I so identified with, that it no longer, my fear now became smaller than my desire to sing this music. And I literally said, I don't care if I never sing on another stage again in my life, I have to learn this music. So through the process of pursuing that expression, so many other things started to happen. Right? So when we begin to step into who it is that we really are, different people show up, opportunities
Right.
show up. And it's
Right.
not even necessarily that we can see them and we miss them and we reject them and we go through all of this, but always there is this piece. God, you can say universe, I say God, is there going, hey, I'm here for you when you're ready,
Yeah.
you know? And so, how this has played out in my business is through my whole life, even when I was in traditional business, I always added creative pieces.
Yeah.
And I always sang. And then even when I got over my stage fright and I had started to sing professionally, which I mean, just the getting over the stage fright was, it was a big, big journey. But the people that showed up have been just remarkable and such a blessing. And so in that whole journey, I always had that creative piece, but I never felt like I was good enough. So I never pursued it. And then just as the path rolls and flows, I started to realize that that creativity in me, that voice within me, wasn't just about music. It was about speaking. It was about being that coach. All of the experiences and all of the things I tried in my life to get over my stage fright gave me these amazing tools so that if you want to get on stage and you want to show up better, I can show you how to do that. If you want to improve your voice so that you don't get tired, that you can project better, if you want to work on your posture, because that's a really big part of how it is that you show up. All of these things that I gathered through that searching myself to gain that confidence to work through the fear, it collectively all came together, and it took someone else showing it to me. It was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
we're going to take all of your skills and all of your talents, she said, and we're going to put them together, and you're now going to get paid for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I love this. I absolutely love it because this is, I mean, your message is for every woman because we don't, first of all, our voice, number one, somehow we lose our voice somewhere. You know, when we're really little, we don't shut up. The little kids, I mean, I know I have daughters, I have a
both hands
granddaughter,
up.
chatter, chatter, chatter. And then one day, the voice has been cut off and we change. So, and you are so talented and you've had this colorful life. And so the message that I'm hearing from you is that your mission became stronger than your fear. And I mean, if somebody is going to teach me something in life, I want it to be you because you experienced it. I don't want you telling me from a textbook. I don't want you telling me from your university degree. I want you telling me because you experienced the adversity yourself and you learned how to overcome that. And now you teach people. And when I met you, because we were chattering on Facebook for a little while, and I just have to share this, and I will get to the next question, is that when you walked into the room, so that was the Wallet to Wealth event in 2020 before we before we got shut down publicly. I mean, Kate, when you walked into the room, you owned the room. Okay, like you owned the room, and it had nothing to do with your ego. It had everything to do with your soul. You have this incredible warm energy. You came in, you weren't afraid of me, you sat down beside me, you were dressed so colorful and beautiful. And you know, when I had told you how I'm just so terrible at dressing, because I do math for a living and I don't do anything about makeup or anything. And so it was just you owned the room. And I thought, like, you are a woman who all of us can learn from, to be able to pull from all those different creative or missing or silenced portions of ourselves, to be able to come out and share what it is, with confidence. This is what I do for a living. So this leads me to my next question. Can you tell me about the business that you built? So I know that you had another business for almost 25 years, which was successful and fabulous, and you've incorporated everything together. And so tell us today, about what you're offering, because I think that you can really help a lot of people.
Okay. So um, I was integrating traditional business and then bringing in the identity, the image, and then the colors. I have this amazing color process that I brought in that it took this gentleman 30 years of development to create it. There's nothing like it on the planet as far as I know. And it's something that you can carry in your smartphone. So all of my programs are centered around that because that's your first base. Because your colors, your authenticated colors that shine from within you, when we match those, it shifts us from distraction to harmony. When we learn how to apply and do all of that. So this is really all about not leaning on me. It's about learning from me how to use these processes. And then we add these other things, and then you are empowered. It's not about having to fall back all the time. It's about really giving people tools to be empowered. And so what I'm focused on now is actually working online, so through Zoom. And I'm still shifting some of my programs because I kind of figured that we would get back to face-to-face a lot quicker than we are, and maybe we never really will, not in the same way. So I do have some shifting to do. So I've actually, what I'm promoting, I'm just putting together sort of some marketing stuff around it, but I've created a 6-week program that, and the reason I have to tell you really quickly why I created the 6-week program, because I was telling this coach that I was doing this coaching call from this really, really big coach in the States, that they were offering a free 90-minute session. And I just had this intuitive feeling I was going to get lots of value, because it's a sales call, right? So I was telling her about what I do with helping people with their image and color and blah, blah, blah. And so she said, you need to create a 6-week program. She said, look at how you can then elevate a group of people, because they will rise together. And I went, oh my gosh, because everybody has different perspective. I immediately knew that that was the answer. And I wrote down the framework for it, and I've created it now. So now it's just putting something together to promote it. So I do have a presentation, but it's just focused on a one-off. So now I need to just do a little shift in there. And so the 6-week program, what it does is it includes the app. It includes coaching for 6 weeks, where we do an hour session on specific areas. And then each week you get something to play with for a week. And then you come back and you share that.
Awesome.
And then there's,
and is that done in a group
yes,
environment?
Yes.
Love it.
And I'm only going to do 6 people at a time, each time. 2 of those sessions, I have an amazing professional makeup artist that I've partnered with. And she's going to come in for 2 of the sessions, and she's going to teach people how to actually do their makeup.
Awesome. I think this is great. I'd love to sign up for this. And,
awesome.
And you and I had spoken a few months ago about let's do a wallet to wealth session with a number of females.
And I can do that presentation.
That's what we do. And then we got shut down. So so let's set a goal, because I know that you're not watching Facebook right now, but there are a lot of people saying that they're very interested in what it is that you're doing.
Oh, wonderful.
And so I would say let's set a goal here, because I love setting goals. Is that I would love to see Kate do 3 classes of 6. So that would be 18 ladies to sign up for your program. And the one thing that I wanted to share is that when we are setting up programs, they don't have to be perfect to get out of the gate. Just rock and go with it, because the energy with the 6 women in the Zoom call, which I am thinking that this is so much better than doing it face to face. I love to be with people. We all love to be with people. But the one thing that's beautiful about Zoom is that we're so close. We can see each other so closely, and we're really paying attention. So I'd like to see you set those dates up, and for ladies to sign up, and you may or may not have any pricing, so we don't have to discuss that right now if you don't choose to. But for the ladies that are following, and I really encourage people, because the whole thing about business is feeling good about yourself and looking good. So it doesn't matter, if you're short or you're tall, or whatever your budget is for wardrobe or whatever. I mean, Kate's an artist. Like, she's a natural artist who knows how to put these colors together. And if you look at my closet, I buy, like, that's all I do is I buy. Nothing mixes or matches in my closet. It's one suit per suit.
You're gonna love this. This is amazing.
Because
I'm gonna teach you some things about capsule wardrobing.
Yeah. So I definitely fail in that in that area, but it's so important for us to all have to really feel good and to show up, because it is true that first impression that you have. I know for me, as being in business, it is the first impression when people meet me, and not everybody can afford, you know, a big X amount of dollars for a suit. They need to be able to put things together. And it's not just that, it's more than our dressing. It's what you're talking about, posture, how we speak, how we carry ourselves. And I honestly have not come across somebody who does what you do. So this is it. So our last question, and I'm so happy, thank you so much for being here today, is what's next for Kate?
Well, that's the setting up those programs. That's a really big deal. And also really learning to and leveraging, building online and reaching more people, and really making a big difference in the world, because I see the importance more now than ever. People are suffering emotionally, and it's impacting the way that they're showing up. I go to networking events and I look at these screens of people, and they don't realize the impact that they're having. And so they're desiring to have a connection with people. And what they're doing is they're actually blocking it by how they're showing up. You know,
Yes.
because people don't realize, they think, oh, it's a Zoom call, I could just wear my pajamas. Like I saw someone that I've posted themselves, and they were dressed with pearls and a dress on top. And then below they were wearing pajamas and slippers. Now, from my perspective, and because I'm an energy worker and all of that, I am more sensitive to energy, and I've practiced it. And just because we're not consciously aware of it doesn't mean we're not impacted by it. And you know that.
Yeah.
It's massive.
Yeah.
So this woman posted this picture of her wearing pajama bottoms and slippers and a nice dress on top. I'm sorry, I can feel that.
Yeah.
Right. And so what's going on for other people? Because we don't realize, and we're not making those decisions consciously. Like we make a judgment within 7 seconds whether we want to connect with you or not connect with you.
Yeah.
And
7 seconds.
Color shows up even before style.
Wow.
7 seconds to impact.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So as far as promoting and marketing goes, we can definitely help you in this area, because there's, you know, because I have a very large following, and I have, this is not a business, so there's no charge for what I'm doing. But this will be this will be a YouTube video that we will send to you, and you can post that 1,000 times. It will not go off the system, so
Awesome.
it shows up. Yeah, and you will show up on different pages, and feel free to share and talk. And the more people, the more, you know, people get to know you, the more they will come to you. So we'll help you with that for sure.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Whitney.
And you're so colorful. Look at, I mean, come on, look at how she looks, and look at how I look. Like I'm in like just blah, and
no,
she's
that's
in
a beautiful.
and that. So maybe that, you know, maybe Kate, maybe soon I'm going to be showing up in a different fashion.
I'm so excited about helping tweak some things, because you know what, everybody has a certain amount of good stuff going on, and we know a certain amount about color without knowing that we know it. And then it's just really about learning the next level of it and
Awesome.
Putting it together. So regardless of whether you're completely lost or whether you are really refined, I was very resistant to this whole package because I became an image consultant. I did the color draping thing. I am an artist, all this ego stuff that came up when I was, and then I was kind of, you know, it's kind of like looking over somebody's shoulder. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. Really? You know? And then it was just this gradual process where then I started to really see, and then I started to promote it. I adopted it, and then I started to promote it and sell it. And then I actually spoke to the creator and I said, I'd like us to partner up somehow. And so there's some things that are happening. I don't have the full picture yet because there is 2 of us. And
it evolves.
So it's his baby. I'm just a passionate add-on, and I'm really passionate about doing it because I really care that people use it.
Yeah.
So I really want them to know how to use it, because I want them to be empowered and to show up in their best light.
That's awesome. Okay, well, for those who are watching, share Kate, and share her story, share our story, and looking forward to following you in the social media. Also update us in the Wallet to Wealth group when your workshops are, so that the ladies can sign up. And we'd also be happy to do a workshop for you, but I don't want to take away from what you're already doing. So there may be a following
Well, let's
workshop.
talk about that. Sure.
Yeah, we may do it. We may do a workshop before the workshop. So so that's it for today. So Kate, thank you so much for being here today, and sharing your light, and how you how you found this amazing light. And I mean, I've read your bio and some of the things from before, and I have to say that, I mean, this woman is a true wallet to wealth woman who has found advantage in her adversity. So she knows the darkness and she knows the light. And this woman who is, I mean, look at her. She is complete and utter light. But if you know her body, like, where she came from and everything she's learned in her life, she knows how to transition. So, if you can transition yourself, you'll be able to transition all sorts of people. And I know that you have been doing that for 25 years. So thank you so much, Kate. And I'll let you have the final word.
Okay. So I want to thank you very much, Whitney, and thank you to all the people that showed up today to have a listen. And I hope you got some value out of the conversation. And I am more than excited and pleased to have the opportunity to work with any of you that are interested in either one-on-one, or if you're interested in a 6-week program. Sometimes people do prefer a one-on-one, and sometimes, I'm really all about community these days. It showed up a couple of years ago, and I've just been walking around and going, I'm looking for community. And so I just want to thank you. And I just want to send out massive blessings to everyone today on your day. And remember that you are special, you are unique, and all of the noise that's out there that tells you anything that makes you think that you are not enough is a lie.
Yes.
So be
Very
you.
true.
Be you.
Be you.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Bye-bye,
Thank
everybody.
you.
We'll see you next Monday at 10 o'clock for our speaker that day. Take care.
Thank you. Bye, Whitney.
Bye-bye.